Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Blind Boys Politics. Here with you on this Monday morning. I'm Nicholas Rod. Chris Baker's here as well. And Chris, let's follow tradition and kick this episode off with the weather report.
In Los Angeles, California, it's partly cloudy and 75. In Houston, Texas, it is partly cloudy and 79. Chicago, Illinois, it is raining and 67. New York City, it's sunny and 66.
All right, Chris, I have to ask, just based off where we were for Friday's episode, you were hoping and hoping for a nice weekend. Did you get that?
I was hoping for a relaxing weekend. Well, I really didn't get the relaxing weekend, but it was still a good weekend.
Well, at least it was good. Unfortunate about the lack of relaxation, but half plus, I guess.
Yeah. That's what happens when I'm in one of my moods and something looks at me funny and, well, I ripped out raised flower beds.
Oh.
Wasn't planned, but I did it.
Sounds exciting.
In fact, one time I was at work and I was doing something completely different on the opposite side of the campus. And I was walking down the sidewalk and there was this bush. And this bush probably could have been trimmed and it would have looked fine. But I kid you not, I ripped out that bush. I did not like it. I don't know why either. I don't know. I can't explain it. Sometimes that's just who I am when I'm landscaping. If there's something that I don't like, it goes bye-bye.
So you just have a vendetta against plants?
No, because I really like plants and I like, I don't know. Because I did replace that bush with like a nice flowery tree type thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just felt like there was too much green shrubbery. That will really annoy me if there's too much green shrubbery.
Gotcha.
If you're gonna have like a flower bed, you need to have some kind of color in it.
See, I can't relate to this conversation at all because colors mean nothing to me.
Well, you know what? It means a lot to me because I'm very OCD'd about how things look.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we're both like that in our own respects, like in specific situations.
When I redesigned, this is completely off topic, but when my aunt, she had me help her redesign her front yard. We ripped out more bushes.
You and bushes?
They had to go. But I did take one of the bushes and one of them came to my house.
Oh, there you go.
So it was a nice burning bush. We couldn't just get rid of that. So that came to my house and I had to she just wanted to do whatever. I'm like, no, it needs to be symmetrical. This is a flower bed. You don't just put things there. If you're going to put 2 rose bushes on this side of the door, you should put 2 rose bushes on that side of the door. That's how the world works. Do not try to screw with the world.
Designer tips from your pal Chris.
I should be a landscaper. I'm honestly missing my calling.
There's still time. There's still time.
Between contracting and landscaper, I think that's my calling. The only problem is the situation that me and my aunt had, I would have a customer. I wouldn't just do what they want. I would tell them that you're an idiot and it's going to look like shit.
Oh,
and then take their money. So I'll do my own work. No one else's.
Yeah, you'd get a customer, lose a customer. I feel like that'd just be the most break-even business ever.
But I think some people would also respect it that you're being honest with them.
Some would. Some would.
Not some.
Others not so much, I don't think.
But I'm sorry. Just at work, I was sorry I ripped out that bush. I wasn't really that sorry, but I said it.
At least you replaced it. I did.
I replaced it with a nice tree.
And
it's a fun fact. It's called Pinky Winky. I kid you not. That's the name of the tree. We went to the like the plant store, and we were looking at all these things, and we go into the back where the trees are, and I look at this thing and it says Pinky Winky. I said, I don't even care what it looks like when it's bloomed. This is what we're buying.
That's amazing.
Like, Pinky Winky? Really?
There's no beating that. Honestly, I think that's the best thing I've heard today.
I think I might need to buy myself a Pinky Winky for my house.
Buy a couple.
Why not? Just keep it symmetrical. Put 5 on
Exactly.
each side of the lawn. But
No.
nevertheless, Talk of the Talk is back this week.
It is back since both of us are here.
And you know what? This Talk of the Talk might be a little bit different because I'm going to ask you a series of questions.
Oh, God. And I saw the general topic, so I'm very interested as to where this is going.
Could you not use your phone for 1 year?
For a year?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dear God, no.
Okay. Could you watch one specific TV show,
Mm-hmm.
do nothing else besides sleep and eat for a straight week?
One TV show.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
You don't get to pick the TV show, though.
Oh,
You know what the
God.
show is before, though. You know what the show is before.
If I don't get to pick that, it could be something terrible. No. I'm not
Okay.
taking that chance.
Going back to the phone thing, could you
Okay.
put your phone down for 1 whole year and not use it if you were paid $100,000?
Nope, not even going to think about that one.
Could you watch a TV show for nothing else?
Mhm.
You know, watch nothing else, do nothing else for 1 straight week and get paid $1,000?
1,000. Yeah.
Because these are two very real things.
I'll suffer through that. Sure.
There is a college that is offering $100,000 to anyone that can not use a phone for 1 whole year. And every year there's this study that's done. So each year this study also picks a TV show that you have to watch for a straight week and you get $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
Like last year it was Seinfeld, and the year before that it was The Office.
I definitely could do The Office.
And I do believe the year before that it was Friends.
Friends and The Office? Oh, easily I could do that. Friends is amazing. I haven't watched enough of it. I keep meaning to watch it, and then I just get sidetracked by other things. And I've watched a bunch of The Office on and off, and that was really good. Seinfeld, I have never watched any of that show, so I can't say, but it sounds like they pick pretty decent shows.
So you're not even going to take the bite on the $100,000 for no phone?
Oh, no, that's hopeless.
Really?
Yep.
Because you can still use iPads. You can still use all the other electronics. You just can't use a phone.
I still don't think I could do it. There's something about the phone that I like. No, I don't think I could manage it.
Well, Nick, if you start getting a lot of emails from me, it's because I signed up, because I want my $100,000. Now, I have a couple of theories on why they're doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if it's A, to prove a point that no one can survive anymore without their cellular device.
Sure.
And the other one is just to see if anyone would take the bait on that.
Yeah.
And so far, there hasn't been anyone.
No, I could definitely do the TV show one. Like, I wouldn't have a problem with that.
And they actually do this. They literally pay people $1,000 to do nothing but that for a week. And they do afterward. At the beginning, they do some kind of study on your brain, and afterwards, they do some kind of study on your brain, and they do it once a year. I think they pick 100 people to do it or something like that.
Mm-hmm. No, I feel like I could do that. Like, again, going back to say the shows that you were saying that they've done in the past. Say if it were Friends, it'd be perfect. Like, I wouldn't have any problems with that at all. Um, the phone thing
I could
though.
do it for Grey's Anatomy, and I have done it for Grey's Anatomy this week.
Yeah, there's a bunch of shows that I've binged for like a week, like no problem at all. So, yeah, I could definitely do that one.
You know, not that this is too far off topic, but it kind of is.
Hmm.
I've been putting off so much work this week because of Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, you've really become a fan of that show.
It's so bad. I've started it, 2 weeks ago, and I'm already in
Yeah.
season 3.
Oh wow. I mean I've done stuff like that too, plenty of times. So I know how you
It's
feel.
so bad. Because I watched the show quite a few years ago, but I guess I just because I didn't watch it from the beginning, I guess I didn't have like an attachment to it, if that makes sense.
Sure.
But now that's all I do.
When it comes to Grey's Anatomy, I watched a couple of episodes because someone made me watch a couple episodes with them a couple of years ago, and it was good. Like I enjoyed it, but I didn't quite enjoy it enough for it to grip me and make me watch more and actually like follow it from beginning to end.
You know what? I think you're gonna have to restart it, Nick.
I would, but I also have a ton of other shows that I'm in the middle of right now.
hmm
I have a
I
hard
had a
time.
list. I had a list at one point of shows that I wanted to watch. That list went out the freaking window.
I have a hard time finishing shows. Like I'll get pretty deep into a show. Take like Lucifer, for example. Really good show on Netflix. Um, I got to about I think like the midpoint of season 3 in that show. And then I took a break from it for it was supposed to be just for a couple days because I just wanted to step away from it before I got tired of it. And I haven't gone back since. And I've done that with so many different things.
See, that's the problem. You can't. You just have to keep watching.
Mm.
It's to the point now where I'm at work and I have my screen split, where I'm watching Grey's Anatomy while working on the other screen.
That's healthy.
Like, I've signed into my Netflix account on my work computer.
Love that.
And unfortunately, next week,
Hmm.
I won't be at my computer much. So there won't be a whole heck of a lot of watching TV.
That's
Ugh.
terrible. That's terrible. Just a
It's a
tragedy.
it's a problem. And I don't know why I'm so addicted to it.
Hmm.
I have the thought of maybe since I work in the healthcare field, obviously there is fictional aspects to the show,
Right.
but on the other hand, the sad part is some of it's very realistic.
That's one of those
But
cool things, though, is that like sometimes you have those experiences with these different shows. Like obviously they have to make certain things a little more dramatized. Is that the right word? I don't know. Um, they have to make things a little more dramatic just for the show's quality and all that. But it's nice to see a little realism, you know?
that just pulls you right in, and
Oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah. When you can relate to it, wow.
yeah. Enough of that, but we should get into the news before I could go on a tangent of the things that I can relate to.
Yeah,
But I suppose we shall get into the news.
probably a good idea. So, as always on Monday mornings, we start off with an update surrounding COVID-19 and the vaccination situation. As far as COVID is concerned, the current 7-day average for cases, Friday's numbers showed about 62,000 cases per day. The 7-day average for hospitalizations was hovering around 4,950 per day, and the 7-day average for deaths was right around 900.
The latest 7-day average for the COVID-19 vaccine is 2.9 million, and 74% of individuals 65 or older have received at least one dose of the COVID vaccine, and 52% of the age group 65 and older is fully vaccinated, and nearly 100 million people have received at least one dose, and about 56 million adults are fully vaccinated. By April 19th, more than 90% of adults will be eligible for the COVID-19 vaccine nationwide, and 90% of Americans will have a location for vaccination within 5 miles of their homes.
So if you didn't hear, there was a problem at one of Johnson & Johnson's plants in Baltimore in regards to their COVID-19 vaccine. This caused 15 million doses to be lost approximately. Essentially what happened was there was a mix-up when it came to one of the ingredients that goes into the vaccine. The ingredient didn't meet the quality control standards, and so it essentially hurt the vaccine's effectiveness. The FDA and Johnson & Johnson are working to address the issue and fix what's going on, and there will be updates coming from the company as the process moves forward. Despite the mix-up, Johnson & Johnson is still promising to deliver their 100 million doses of their vaccine by the end of May.
If you are fully vaccinated and want to travel, the CDC says go ahead, just be smart about it. The new guidance was issued Friday and says fully vaccinated people are less likely to get COVID-19 and spread it as well. Due to that, if you travel domestically, the CDC says fully vaccinated people should wear masks, maintain social distancing, and wash your hands. You do not have to get a COVID-19 test prior to travel, and you do not need to quarantine when you get to your destination or return home.
Now, if you're fully vaccinated and want to travel internationally, things are a bit different. The CDC says that you need to follow the travel guidance of the countries that you're traveling to because they can differ from the guidance that's been put in place here. If you are traveling abroad, and again, if you are fully vaccinated, the U.S. government will still require that you get a COVID-19 test before you return to the States. And beyond that, you don't have to quarantine once you return. And they do recommend that you get tested again 3 to 5 days after you return.
Moving into former officer Derek Chauvin's trial, looking at Thursday specifically, for the first time we saw footage inside the ambulance trying to revive George Floyd. They even tried to shock his heart after he flatlined in the ambulance. Now, I might say his last name wrong, and I do apologize. Dave Perger knew Shovin since 2008, and Shovin didn't tell him what happened until afterwards, and the EMT that arrived before he even got in the ambulance thought he was already dead. And George Floyd's ex-girlfriend testified and said they both struggled with opioid addiction.
On day 5 of the trial, Lieutenant Richard Zimmerman testified and said that it was totally unnecessary and uncalled for. He is the longest serving member on the force. The defense did point out that he hasn't been on patrol in years since he's now an investigator. And we also heard what Shovin said to his supervisor, and we'll play that audio for you right here.
Had to hold the guy down. He was going crazy.
The defense also suggested that Chauvin's knee was on Floyd's shoulder, not his neck. And the trial is expected to last another 3 weeks.
Transitioning into a little bit of a different topic, if you are a college student paying your own taxes, the IRS says scammers are out to steal your tax refund, especially if you have a .edu email address. The IRS says these scammers are sending emails with subject lines like, quote, tax refund payment, or, quote, recalculation of your tax refund payment. Then the email itself asks you to click on a link to submit a form to claim your refund, but the so-called form requires you to give all kinds of information like name, address, driver's license, date of birth, social security number, and literally anything a scammer needs to steal your identity.
First off, the IRS does not send you emails. They just don't. Second, if you want to actually check your tax refund, all you have to do is go to Where's My Refund portal on irs.gov. The IRS is asking that if you receive one of these emails, that you screenshot it or forward the email to phishing@irs.gov. That is PHISING @irs.gov.
There is finally some good news that is not Nick's good news stories. Our economy and jobs, the March jobs report that was just released today, it shows the job market boomed in March, really for the first time since the summer of 2020. 916,000 jobs were created in March, and unemployment rate is now back down to 6%. This is significantly better than economists have predicted. The Bureau of Labor of Statistics has a graphic that shows at the height of the pandemic, we were sitting at about 14.8% unemployment. And currently now the number has come back down to 6%.
So what does this mean for you? With the economy improving so drastically, lawmakers are going to be less likely to spend any more money on any kind of stimulus or federal unemployment benefits after the current package expires. But President Biden says that all this good news is because of the aggressive vaccine rollout and the passage of the American Rescue Plan passed last month. However, the president did say that this is not the time to be taking our foot off of the gas. He specifically had this to say.
We still have a long way to go to get our economy back on track after the worst economic and job crisis in nearly a century.
He's doubling down on his push on Congress to pass his $2.2 trillion infrastructure bill.
President Donald Trump is being sued by two Capitol Police officers. They are suing for medical and other expenses for a total of $75,000 each. President Trump has not commented on the issue. And now let's get into some rapid news. Andrew Yang, who is running for mayor of New York City, is currently polling at 65%.
And Uber has been ordered to pay $1.1 million after denying a blind woman's services over a dozen times.
Nick, make this Monday morning cheerful. What do you got for some good news?
All right, so I'm going to spoil you guys a little bit because I have two stories. Yeah, they were two pretty short stories. I was like, they're both amazing. We're going to put them both in here and make this Monday great. All right, so first off, there was a family riding. This boy was going to get his haircut. It was him, his dad, and the boy's baby sister. So his sister started choking on a chicken nugget, and the dad didn't notice, couldn't hear it because the sister wasn't coughing or freaking out or anything. So he had no idea. The boy immediately told his father to pull over and actually managed to give his sister the Heimlich after seeing it done in a Nickelodeon show. Managed to, get her breathing again, got the chicken nugget dislodged from her air pipe and saved her life. The father even said that if the boy hadn't been there, they don't know if the sister would have still been alive. And then a local parade was thrown in honor of the boy, and a dozen fire trucks came by, blared their sirens, and flashed their lights, in honor of him. And he was just hailed as a hero. Even Nickelodeon made a statement about it.
We'll see. Whatever happened to, stop watching TV, go outside and do something educational. Right there's your education.
Yeah, I mean,
But in all seriousness, that's crazy that from a TV show he knew how to save his little sister's life.
It's an absolute miracle.
And then the big parade and the Nickelodeon recognizing it. That's a great story.
And then our second story for today was of a man in Ohio who spent $4,000 on Dunkin' gift cards, which ended up paying for the orders of over 300 customers. He originally was going to give them $1,000. He, drove up to the drive-through window one day, said he wanted to give them $1,000 to pay for customers' orders. They were like, "You're going to have to come inside to do that." And when he did come inside, he upped that number to 4,000. So he just paid for over 300 customers' orders, and his reasoning for it was that he just wanted to find a way to just give back to the community after all the hard times that everyone's been having after a year of the pandemic.
$4,000, 300 orders, that made 300 people's day right there. That's kind of like the pay it forward, but on the extreme.
It's insane. The worker that was there at the time asked him over and over, like, are you sure that this is what you're doing? You want to do this? It's like, yeah, just want to find a way to give back to everyone. And this is the best way I can think to do it.
I really like that story because it's, wow, 300 orders.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It blew my mind.
Was that one day or did that stretch over a couple days?
It didn't say how long it took for that money to run out, but.
Oh, that's crazy. Well, either way, wow.
Yeah, either way.
That's crazy. Well, that's a great story, Nick. Thank you for the 2 double whammy good news stories. You outdid yourself double there. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for this Monday morning episode. Make sure you follow us on our Blind Boys Politics Twitter account to see the 24-hour latest breaking news so you always know what is going on in the world. Follow us on our personal accounts so you can keep up with us and see what we're up to. But until Wednesday's dumb law, see you later and see you Friday morning. Bye.
Bye, guys.